and he takes his turn, and then he just jinks in behind the camera bike to just get whatever watts he can take from it. It's about saving energy at a moment like this. They've got the cushion, so it could well come down to the sprint. Watch Bardet's descent in town. It might get hairy. Meanwhile, Torres still tries to push on, and it's yet another Colombian flag that's being brought up to the fore. But 1 minute and 3, I'm afraid, to the chasing group solid. And they take these turns as they come into town, and gosh, the banners, they tell you what you need to know. Just under 5 kilometers from home, a quartet of greats, Chaves, Uran, Bardet and Rosa, and that's where they're heading, to the Citadel. They'll go up to the heights and then they'll come back off it and into town to the finish line. An absolutely beautiful part of the world. The Dukes of Bergamo used to duke it out up here, and in fact it was all scrapping, of course, for the Citadel. And it's Bergamo Alta, High Bergamo. You can see Lower Bergamo further down in the lowlands, some of which is challenged architecture, but there's no doubt about the beauty of this. Absolutely majestic, like a boat, I think, sailing through the plain. Well, right now, who is going to take it on and who's going to get sunk? We'll find out. I'm afraid it's not going to be Torres today, but a brave effort by him. 4.4 to go, and it looks like maybe inside our approach, it may well be some of the relays are challenged. We're just looking at those who are going to, I'm afraid, just be working for a top 10. That's the chasing group now, 1.5 minutes. Back to where the action is and our climb. Now they still have to deal with the steepest part, but look at how the wall here leads into the road, and you can see how steep it is. And 12% as Torres just takes the 5K to go banner, and it'll be another 10 seconds or so, less than that, before the chasers do exactly the same. But we're waiting for the crest. And will it be of a wave? Well, they've decided that he's going to roll the dice here, and who else but Diego Rosa? He's got no choice. He's not the fastest man when it comes to a sprint, and he's decided to try and shake him out right now. Chaves responds, Bardet goes for it, and Uran sits in. And no surprise there. Don't be too afraid about Uran as he goes for the flat surface just before the city gate. Here we are into the Citadel, and now is the toughest part, and it's an unkind surface as well, so they all go for the smooth part, and Uran almost gets into the back of Bardet, the leggy Frenchman, with 4 kilometers to go. There is Chaves, and they're all on the back wheel of Diego Rosa. I think that may well have been his best chance to shake him off, and he failed to do so. Off the cobbles onto an asphalt surface, and here are the fans in the steepest part now. This is where the grind happens, and in fact they're just about to crest it. They've dealt with it off the cobbles by the looks of things. So it's going to be about the descent, and then indeed the sprint for the line as they almost come all line astern, and as they do so, Chaves picks it up and he goes on the attack. Bardet goes for it as well. Just betting into them goes Uran, as Rosa finds himself from P1 to P4 in very, very short order. And here is that final kick that we've been waiting for. Couldn't quite see it, and the fans are leaning in to try and see their heroes. And they're seeing a face full of a little Colombian at the moment as he goes for it. Bardet stays with it. Rosa starts to look like he gets distance, and Bardet's gone pop on the 12% marker here, and Rosa's going to have to wrestle to get by him. The Frenchman's gone. Oh, he's struggling on this 12%. He might make it up on the descent, but it's still a long way to go, I think. Sorry, there's not that long to go, I'm afraid, for him. Back to the line, 3.6 kilometers to go, and it's the 2 Colombians out front, and I'm afraid the Frenchman's gone, and Rosa looks like he's suffering. There's another Colombian here. I wonder if it can be a Colombian 1, 2, 3. Well, think again. He's 1 minute and 18 down. 1 minute and 33 are the main pack, being led by Robert Hessing at the moment. So, as it looks at the moment, it's Chaves versus Uran, and the fastest finisher here is Uran. I think, to be honest, if Chaves wanted somebody else to win it, it would probably be Uran. They're great friends, but they'll be great rivals all the way to the line. You can believe that. Torres just rounds that steep section as well, where the fans have gathered here today, and Hessing makes the catch with 1 minute and 23 then the gap, and he has been caught, so the clock is out again. 3 kilometers remaining then, 2 up front. And really, that's where the camera should be. And here's Bardet, suffered on that climb, but he's a fabulous descender. Can he make it up?
I don't think he's going to make it up, but this is probably too much. It is a technical descent. The last time France won this race way back in 1997 by Laurent Jalabert, and it's not going to happen today, but a super ride there by Diego Rosa. Italy won it last year. Can he win it again this year? But in the history of the Tour of Lombardie, a Colombian has never won, and now they've got two riders in the first league here.
Almost, I'm afraid, Uran was almost T-boned there by Chaves. They took very different lines around that corner, and I think Uran was basically saying, come on, through you come. And Chaves decided to back out of it, didn't want it at that point. He wants Uran to do some work here, because Uran is going to be the quicker of this pairing. No disrespect to Diego Rosa, he's done so much work. It'd be a fabulous result if he does win today, the Italian for Astana. But with 2 kilometers to go, I think Uran's probably the favourite. He's got a brake issue, has he? Or is he just making sure that it's clear so he doesn't hamper his sprint?
It's Uran's to lose. Just watch out for Diego Rosa. I don't think he's finished yet. Chaves is trying to get him through. They're playing cat and mouse. He's worried about Diego Rosa is going to take a flyer and try and surprise the Colombians, but this is Uran's to lose. He has to keep it going.
Well, keep it going, you might say, for Uran. He made Diego Rosa work so hard for him. Very late call by Aru to tell Rosa to go for it. Rosa's got a chance, but it's a slim one. Bardet's chances have just gone up in smoke, and Rosa does go early. So then, here's the chase on, and Uran will pick this up. Chaves won't be tempted to go ahead of Uran at a moment like this. Great tactical move, had to be, but it's going to be cat and mouse between the two Colombians. They'll mark out the distance, and they'll just sit in at the moment. And so this is Uran who will try and make Chaves go for it, and then he'll try and eat him up in the final run for home. They're coming to the Flamme Rouge.
Chaves is doing the perfect thing here. He's just sitting there doing nothing, just following. Diego Rosa, I think, might try and go again, but we knew he's thinking of trying to go alone. But Uran has to take it on from the front. They were looking behind to see where Bardet was, and he's only about 10 seconds down.
He is. Oh, that was the pace he was taking into the curve. So here we are. There's a final right-hander. It's a 90-degreer at 250 meters to go. But look at the pace that they've got here. So it will be an out-and-out sprint. Camera bike needs to stay sensible as they come by, because they're all going to drift over to the right-hand side of the road. He mustn't occupy that position. They'll drift over to flatten out the run-in. Zips his jersey up, does Uran. Still, oh, and Rosa does go for it again. Rosa's gone all in. Now, this could be a cheeky one. Here we are, and he's got the pace. Oh, he's got something very, very special here. He's going to take this corner. It's a big one. This is a huge moment for him. 250 meters to go. Uran straight into his slipstream. Chaves trying to hold on as well. 200 to go. Less than that. We need a heads-up shot. And Uran, does he come round the corner? Can he come round the corner? Rosa's holding on. He's holding on. Rosa's holding on, for goodness sake. Oh, and Chaves mugs him at the very last. Chaves takes it at the line. Rosa beaten. A huge sigh from the crowd as he fails to get it. And Uran finished third. What a surprise. The first